She voted for the former president, Donald Trump, because she was tired of the racial divisions of the Obama era. Wait a minute. That can't be right. Hold on. The racial divisions of the... Are you serious? Welcome to your Racist of the Week update, where I highlight some changes to the stories previously featured here on Racist of the Week to continue to expose the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the page, and definitely leave me any additional updates or requests for stories that you would like to see refreshed in the comments below. Y'all ready? Because we got one to start. So, y'all remember when Nikki Haley...
Please, what was the cause of the United States Civil War?
Well, don't come with an easy question or anything. I mean, I think the cause of the Civil War was basically how government was going to run, the freedoms and what people could and couldn't do. What do you think the cause of the Civil War was? We need to have capitalism. We need to have economic freedom. We need to make sure that we do all things so that individuals have the liberties so that they can have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to do or be anything they want to be without government getting in the way.
Thank you. And then in the year 2023, it's astonishing to me that you answer that question without mentioning the word slavery.
What do you want me to say about slavery?
You answered my question. Thank you.
Next question.
Well, then there was the time that she said...
We've never been a racist country. I faced racism when I was growing up.
Huh?
We've never been a racist country. I faced racism when I was growing up.
Huh?
We've never been a racist country. I faced racism when I was growing up.
Come again?
We've never been a racist country. I faced racism when I was growing up.
One more time.
We've never been a racist country. I faced racism when I was growing up.
All of this making her the first two-time winner of Racist of the Week. Well, with an honor like that, you would think she would have to go on The Breakfast Club to clean things up a bit, you know, like set the record straight on the kind of person that she really is. And she did that. Well, she didn't clean things up, but we do know who she really is. Amongst other things, she downplayed the racism that was involved in the AME church shooting in Charleston, South Carolina when she was governor, where 9 black parishioners were murdered by white supremacist Dylan Roof, saying, quote, "The national media came in and they wanted to define this. They wanted to make it about guns. They wanted to make it about racism. They wanted to make it about the death penalty." And when Charlemagne the God prodded her that it was in fact about racism, she added, "No, it was. But the point was I strong-armed them and said there'll be a time we talk about all that. But right now we have 9 souls we need to put to rest." I didn't have that luxury because 2 days later, the killer came out draped in the Confederate flag. Nikki, what you even talking about? Like what are you even talking about? You just said you didn't have time, you had to lay them to rest, but then the killer came out draped in the Confederate flag. At that point, wouldn't you feel like you have to address the racism involved? And if now wasn't the time, and clearly years later isn't the time, when is the time? When is the time to talk about it, Nikki? Apparently, we haven't even reached the time to talk about racist role in the Civil War.
What do you want me to say about slavery?
150 plus years later. So exactly when were you going to come around to talking about racist role in it? And no, wait, it gets better or worse. Later, she told DJ Envy that she voted for the former president, Donald Trump, because she was tired of the racial divisions of the Obama era. Wait a minute. That can't be right. Hold on. The racial divisions of the... Are you serious? The racial divisions of... Oh, okay. So the divisions were Obama's fault. Oh, I got it. It was Obama's fault for the division. So all of the birtherism was his fault for being black. And the rise in white supremacist movements all over the country, that was his fault for being black. And the monkey cartoons, yeah, that was his fault for being monkey colored. Michelle being called a man, I guess that was her fault for actually filling out a dress. That is quite the blank check that you gave white people. No matter what happens, it is other people's fault. No wonder you don't think slavery had a role in the Civil War. You probably think blacks weren't working hard enough. Oh, that all makes quite a bit of sense. And I'm sure you think that the racism that your own family faced was your fault. Actually, you probably do think that. You probably do think it was your fault. All right. There was so much that it was hard to pick just a few, but I do have to give you this one. She was asked, quote, when you look at the inequalities in America in education, home ownership, employment and wealth, healthcare, can you admit that America is systemically and structurally a racist country? Now, this was, of course, on the heels of her claiming that America has never been racist, which, by the way, was a topic for a whole episode of Racist of the Week. So she was asked, can you admit that America is systemically and structurally a racist country? To which she says, I think culture has a lot to do with it, right? Right. You think they're going to agree with something like that? You think culture has a lot to do with it? Okay, so when they were doing redlining, I guess they were going through the black communities and making sure that everybody who had the right culture could move into the white neighborhoods and the ones that didn't couldn't. Is that what it is? Like all the black people that had the right culture got the FHA loans and everybody else couldn't? Is that what you're talking about? And moreover, I'm pretty sure that places like Tulsa and Rosewood had exactly the right culture you're talking about, and they were destroyed. If for no other reason, because they had that culture, and also they were turning over money hand over fist. So it seems that when that culture is achieved, you find a way to destroy it. And yet you point to culture as the reason why black people haven't advanced. What a trick bag you just created there. I'm gonna have to do a whole separate video on this. So you mean to tell me you can systematically extract wealth from black families for generations, place it in the hands of whites, and then talk about culture because culture is never affected by economics, right? It's never, it's not. We're just a monolith, regardless of our financial means as are whites. So that makes a whole lot of sense. That's one of the things they love to do. They say, oh no, it's not about race, it's about culture. It's not about race, this is about money, this is fine. Oh yeah, because money and finances is never about race, right? It's never about race, never tied into that. Don't let them fool you. That brings me to my next update, and we're staying in South Carolina. See, Nikki Haley, this is what you leave behind when you lead with that level of ignorance. So y'all remember that couple in Conway, South Carolina got picked up and charged for burning a cross? A white couple from Conway, South Carolina was arrested for erecting and setting fire to a cross outside their black neighbor's home over Thanksgiving weekend. In addition, Butler allegedly posted the black couple's address on Facebook and wrote that he planned to summon the devil's army. And I don't care if they and I both go down in the same boat. I'm about to make them pay. That's according to USA Today. It's funny he used boat because he definitely could not afford a boat. And let me say, my favorite threats are the ones that are posted on Facebook, because not only is there a paper trail, but I know you're really behind on things and you're not going to get around to attacking me until at least your Vine account gets set up. Now, Butler and Harnett were arrested in December and charged with second-degree harassment. Additionally, federal investigations into civil rights violations are underway, but the severity of their actions has prompted a special prosecutor, James Battle, to file a petition declaring Butler and Harnett's residence a public nuisance. 15th Circuit Solicitor Jimmy Richardson has requested a judge to approve a temporary injunction for the immediate eviction of the couple. The proposal suggests boarding up the residence until the case is officially heard in court. And to that I say, What home? What home? Why is this couple even at home? What does Joe Dirt, Bonnie, and Clyde gotta do to get locked up no bail? Because, I mean, just look at this couple. Does it look like they paid bail? And I do, though, find it ironic, though, I must say this, that they might lose their home after burning lumber. I mean, that is ironic. I mean, they wasted all that fine craftsmanship they might need very soon. So if I were you, Butler and Harnett, I'd better go ahead and ask that black family if they still have that cross. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for future updates and future editions of Racist of the Week. And of course, let me know if there are any stories that you think we should feature below in the comments. Yes, I know I have a turtleneck on. I like turtlenecks.